It's Thursday, October 31. This is the news on PBCJ. I am Simone Absalom. $420 million has been earmarked for a major road patching exercise in all parishes. That's the word from the National Works Agency, the NWA. The work is expected to be completed in 6 weeks. NWA Manager of Communication and Customer Service, Stephen Shaw, said that the works, which form part of the Hot Mix Patching Program, will seek to address many of the areas that have been impacted by recent heavy rains. According to Mr. Shaw, just over 50% of the budgeted sum will be spent in the parishes of St. Catherine, Kingston and St. Andrew and St. Thomas. Nearly 100 corridors are being targeted in these parishes. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the fall in youth unemployment is due to critical empowerment programs which have been implemented by the government for young people. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin, recently reported that the unemployment rate for youth aged 14 to 24 fell by 2 percentage points to 20.2% relative to July 2018. While opening the debate on the amendment to the Human Employment and Resource Training Act 2019 in the House of Representatives this week, Mr. Holness said, among other initiatives that have helped to lower youth unemployment are the Housing Opportunity and Production Employment Program, HOPE, and Jamaica National Service Corps.
A large part of this fall in youth unemployment is as a result of the HOPE program, the JNSC, and the expansion of the conventional trading modalities for our young people in providing skills that are aligned to industry needs. And that has reduced the friction in the labor market. So persons who are properly trained find jobs more easily.
An April 2019 survey had the overall unemployment record at 7.8%. The outturn was 0.6 percentage points lower than the 8.4% for July 2018. HOPE, which was launched by the Prime Minister back in 2017, targets persons aged 18 to 24 who are not employed or enrolled in a school or program of training. It aims to build character and provide opportunities to develop employable skills. The JNSC was also established in 2017 as part of the government's HOPE program and aims to provide educational and job opportunities for young people.
So it is not just technical and vocational training. We are trying to create a human being who can be a complete, productive citizen. He can be a citizen worker, a parent, participate in the civil society of the country, and be innovative and contribute to the development of the country. So all of that is being contemplated in the merger of Heart Trust NTA, the Apprenticeship Board, the JFLL, and the National Youth Service to create a total training institution that will match the life cycle of the individual, or rather track the life cycle of the individual and be able to match the stages of development within that life cycle.
The amendment to the Human Employment and Resource Training Act 2019 will give the necessary legal provision for the merger of the functions of the Heart Trust NTA with the National Youth Service, the Apprenticeship Board, and the Jamaican Foundation for Lifelong Learning. The merger is consistent with the Public Sector Master Rationalization Plan to create a more efficient and effective public service by the amalgamation of public bodies and agencies that share synergies, functions, and resources. 60 unemployed youth got a chance to begin their careers at Heart Trust NTA's 2019 Get Hired Employment Fair at the Spanish Court Hotel on Wednesday.
It is really an initiative to engage young people and in employability skills So what we're having here today is live interviews where we have invited over 20 employers to come in and interview young persons for entry-level positions that they have available in their companies.
The project manager from the Prince's Trust International said the event is kept in several countries across the world. He said Heart Trust NTA was a natural choice for a partnership.
Heart Trust NTA is a natural partner for Prince's Trust International because they do very, very similar work, supporting young people into employment. They've been around about a similar amount of time, since the 70s. So there's a whole wealth of experience that we are tapping into by this partnership. We're almost doing very, very similar work as we are in the UK, but here in a Jamaican setting. So it's really just bringing this new format of Get Hired and using the existing skill set of the team members here at Heart Trust to deliver a slightly different event than they normally would.
Employers at the event did a 1-minute pitch to the group of young people on why they should choose their company. Human Resource and Training Manager at the Spanish Court Hotel, Roxanne Anderson Barnaby, applauded the venture.
Since our inception in 2009, Heart has been a constant partner with us. The skill sets that are being offered and trained at Heart are skill sets that we need within the industry. For example, housekeeping, food and beverage, customer service, they're all useful to us in the industry. So it's a part of our corporate responsibility, one, and also the skill sets are very useful to us in the industry.
Andrew Nam from Ragamuffin Hostel and Cafe had similar views.
I had a hard time finding jobs as a youth, and I know the struggle. I know it's like you need to get a job to get job experience, and you need job experience to get a job. So I know sometimes it's hard to find opportunities, and being in Jamaica is even tougher. So I thought it was a good initiative where it kind of flips the market around, where the students or the employees or the interviewees get the power to choose the employers. It's been really good. Everyone's so enthusiastic. It's like a good opportunity to kind of feel many different energies and see which one fits the best for the roles that I'm trying to hire.
Each candidate participated in 3 interviews.
It's informative, it's effective, and of course, impacting a lot of youths in Jamaica.
It's very good in that young people get to have a chance to experience, to get their full behavior potential out there in terms of when persons see them as a brand, they can establish themselves very greatly.
Hundreds of academic staff members at the University of Technology have been on strike since last week. On Wednesday, President of the University of Technology, UTECH Jamaica, Professor Stephen Vassiani, appealed to the academic staff of the institution to return to work. The staff took strike action to protest the non-payment of retroactive sums that should have been made at the end of this month. Professor Stephen Vassiani met with Education Minister Carl Samuda, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, and members of the university's academic staff union. There is some anxiety on the part of students who are expected to sit exams in a little more than 4 weeks. The government's Modernisation program implementation intends to pilot the Jamaica Development Applications Portal come November 1. Once implemented, the Jamaica Development Applications Portal, JDAP, is expected to result in greater efficiency, transparency, and accountability to the development of application review process. Through the portal, developers who no longer need to submit physical development applications to municipal corporations or the National Environment and Planning Agency. Applications can be submitted from anywhere in the world once there is access to a computer and the internet. JDAP will allow applicants to track their applications through the various commenting agencies, allowing for transparency.
When you lodge your application online, right, and it moves to the local authority, we're using St. James now. St. James, just yesterday we had a training of the help desk persons. The person's man in the area will see the application. Now the application very often has to move to referral agencies, NEPA, National Environmental Planning Agency, for environmental considerations, in some cases ADPEM, in some cases NAA, National Works Agency. That moves along the chain. That customer from Dubai can see it moving along the chain. That's all electronically now. So it now shows up an entity if he or she, that entity or that officer is not processing quickly enough, it sends a red flag. So you're calling out the entity, you're calling out the officer basically.
During a discussion at the JIS think tank session, Mr. Robertson said it will increase efficiency. Its transparency will also highlight each entity's adherence to the mandatory 90-day response period for all applications.
We're going to be holding entities accountable through a robust performance management system.
The system will allow for the tracking and monitoring of performance on JDAP. Officers in various municipal corporations who will interface with JDAP have already received required training ahead of the pilot project.
It is not currently being rolled out in the local authorities, and we are saying, listen, we can't be putting in this lovely system and we don't hold people accountable. But we have to measure so we can hold you accountable and track. So we're going to be also supporting the overall accountability imperative by introducing the performance management side of things.
The lessons and challenges associated with the implementation of JDAP in the 3 initial municipal corporations, Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Anne and St. James, will be taken into consideration when the system is being extended to the remaining local authorities. The Jamaica Fire Brigade has been providing fire safety information to communities across the island during Fire and Life Safety Awareness Week 2019. Fire and Life Safety Awareness Week runs from October 27 to November 2 under the theme Make We Fix It, Community First. Sessions are also being held in schools. The fire safety information includes what to do in the event of a fire. The message of adult supervision in the home is one that the JFB continues to push, as upon assessing the 1,197 structural fires recorded between January and September of this year, human error or negligence was found to be the cause of many. Displays on fire and life safety has been mounted in all 33 fire stations island-wide. Persons are encouraged to visit the nearest facility to view the exhibits. Motorists should see an increase at the pumps in the prices of gasoline and diesel effective Thursday, October 31, and that's according to the latest ex-refinery costs from Petrojam. 87 and 90 octane gasoline will be sold for $128.48 and $131.32 per litre, respectively up by 67 cents each. Automotive diesel fuel will be sold for $136.92 per litre, following an increase of 18 cents, while ultra-low sulfur diesel is up by 40 cents and will be sold for $140.97 per litre. Meanwhile, kerosene increased in price by 84 cents and will be sold for $116.44 per litre. Propane liquid petroleum will be sold for $41.48 per litre, up by 18 cents, and butane liquid petroleum will be sold for $46.77 per litre, after a decrease of $1.20. Do remember, marketing companies and retailers will add their respective markup to these prices. The US dollar is being traded at 139 Jamaican dollars 63 cents, up by 32 cents. That's according to the Bank of Jamaica's daily foreign exchange trading summary. The Canadian dollar ended trading at $109.04, down from $109.64. The British pound sterling ended trading at $177.91, down from $178.18. In regional news, Liat will see pay cuts and restructuring under a loan secured by the Antigua government, which has a 34% stake in the airline. $15.8 million loan will be repaid over 10 years at an interest rate of 6% per annum, or $2 million per year.
This is not for, the pilots and the staff, generally speaking, for them to make unreasonable demands, because a condition of this new capital would be that there has to be cuts, including a reduction in salaries and wages. Those are conditions precedent. and certainly whatever wasted would have taken place over the years, the whole governance framework of Liat will be strengthened. And I'll say too that I'm pretty sure that there will be some changes, even the directorship of Liat. We have to make sure that we have a cadre of competent people, and we may even create a space for members in the private sector as well to participate. So we want to make sure that ultimately that we can bring the private sector on board in terms of skills that they may have to supplement those public sector workers or public sector directors who will remain on the board. And as far as practicable, we would want to ensure that there's no political intervention in the affairs of Liat.
The Barbados government seeks to increase trade with Guyana and Suriname.
The Ministry of Foreign Trade in Bridgetown has been meeting with representatives from Georgetown and Paramaribo this week to discuss business opportunities in agriculture, renewable energy, tourism, and other areas. Pointing to the latest statistics, Minister Sandra Husbands said there is room for expansion and trade among CARICOM countries.
At present, the CARICOM region imports close to $20 billion of goods into this region. It will shock you to know that trade between CARICOM partners as at 2017 stood at a mere $1 billion. What it says to us is that there is major room for expansion of trade between our countries.
Consul General of Guyana, Sita Pilgrim, gave the assurance that her country is open for business, and the recent discovery of oil has made Georgetown even more attractive to potential investors.
There are vast opportunities in agriculture and agro-processing. It is reported that one Brazilian investor once operated 28,000 acres of land, one single investor. There are opportunities in energy and renewable energy, in keeping with Guyana's goal as a green state. There's tourism, an area in which Barbados excels, forestry and forestry products, mining, manufacturing, information and communication technology and services. The discovery of oil has started to increase economic activity.
The three countries are also looking to take advantage of opportunities for free movement of goods, services and labor under the CARICOM single market and economy. Suriname says it has much to offer in the agriculture sector. And Council of Barbados in Suriname, Dr. Robert Power, says Paramaribo and Georgetown can also work together in that area, which would benefit all of CARICOM.
Let's come together, work together, Suriname and Guyana, our neighboring country on the mainland. By road, we can reach each other. By ferry boat. So together, the two countries can make a big difference in food security of CARICOM.
The three CARICOM member states are looking forward to their deliberations bearing much fruit in the near future.
In sports, the 2020 edition of the Boys and Girls Athletics Championships is set to run from March 24 to March 28. The days were confirmed by President of the Intersecondary Schools Sports Association, ISA, Keith Wellington. This period clashes with the FIFA date in March next year as the Reggae Boyz seek to stay active ahead of the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. According to the ISA president, the JFF is aware of ISA's plans. If the JFF secures a fixture in the March 2020 FIFA date, the match would either have to be played outside of Kingston or overseas. And Reggae Boyz coach Theodore Whitmore is urging Jamaicans to support the Reggae Boyz in their planned encounter against Guyana. The two teams are scheduled to meet in the CONCACAF Nations League at the St. Catherine Hall Sports Complex on November 18. And in more sporting news, head coach Floyd Reifer says he has high expectations for the West Indies emerging team that will do battle in the regional Super 50, which gets underway on November 6.
You have some young guys in the side in terms of fast bowling department, young Harding, Drake, Levy, and the young on the 19 fields in the side as well. So the bowling department looks promising in terms of the batting department. I haven't seen a lot of the guys before, but like I said, I'm ready and willing to work with the guys and to see what they're.
And that's the news on PBCJ. I'm Simone Absalom. Pleasant viewing.